I have bought a new private registration plate and it literally doesn't get any better than this. Right fellas, welcome back. This is a very different style of video today. I'm not going to be doing any work on the cars. So if you're here for me working on the cars, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be working on them today. But I am going to show you kind of what needs doing on them still, and a few other bits and bobs what I've been up to in the garage as well over the past couple of weeks. And also, I have bought a new private registration plate and it literally doesn't get any better than this, for me anyway. But before we get into that, I'm going to show you what I've been up to, answer a couple of questions that keep coming up in the comment section as well. And then next time I'm in the garage, I can crack on with doing the cars when more parts turn up. But first and foremost, I have bought a new heater. Now this heater is absolutely sick. So I've been putting up with this one for the last 12 months I've had this garage built. And I'm sick of coming in here in an evening, freezing my tits off. So I thought, I need to do something with this garage. I don't want to insulate it because I don't want to lose any space on the actual floor space of the garage. And I thought, if I put a radiator in, that's going to do nothing because it's not insulated. So I thought, I'm going to go back down the infrared route again. So that's what I did. So basically, this is a Clark Devil 370 infrared heater. This thing is like sitting in front of the sun, I ain't gonna lie. Compared to that thing, it's night and day difference. They're about 180 quid from Machine Mart if anyone's thinking of maybe even getting one for their garage. If you're within 3 metres of that, it's absolutely toasty. As you can see, I'm in a jumper tonight. It is cold out there, whereas normally I've got like a body warmer on and a couple of jumpers or t-shirts on underneath. So definitely worth the money. So right, before we get onto the cars, what I'll do is I shall tell you about my new private registration plate. 1 second, the file goes cold. Right, so if you follow me on Instagram, you will know I do like a private registration plate. I had a private plate for my Blue Mini once when I had that, and I also had a private plate on my Golf R when I had that. Unfortunately, those two cars are now sold, and my two plates are up there on the wall on retention. Well, one of them is in use, which I'll tell you about in a little bit. So the reason they're on retention is one of them's a 2016 plate, a 66 plate. So that registration over there is AT66NEY, which basically A stands for Alex, and then obviously Tuna is my nickname. So I bought that one direct from the DVLA just before I bought my Golf R, which was a 67 plate. And obviously you can put an older reg on a newer car, but you can't put a newer reg on an older car. So obviously I've not got a vehicle at this moment in time. I could stick that on. I probably could, but it's up there waiting. And then the other registration plate which I've got is F17OON, which I bought I think in 2018, 2019, not quite sure. And that went on my Blue Mini. And that plate I think is an 88 reg, being an F reg. So obviously my Mini was 95. I could stick it on that, was fine. So the problem that I've got is that F12 plate doesn't fit on any of my cars. So what I'll do is I'll give that plate to my brother, loaned it him for one of his cars. My other registration plate is up there in retention as well. So anyway, before I show you this new plate, I'm going to tell you how this come about because it is absolutely mad. So as I said, I do like a private plate, and I've always thought, I wonder if this plate exists. And I tried looking for it, couldn't find it. This was years and years ago. Anyway, I commented on a post on Facebook for one of my mates about some wheels for his car. So some guy messaged me and he was like, I was flicking for eBay earlier. This has got your name written all over it. And he sent me this picture of the eBay advert, and I was like, is this a piss take? Because it literally just doesn't seem, it seems too good to be true to me. So I was like, all right, no way. So anyway, gets on eBay. Anyway, the advert's there. So basically the guy was just like, how did you find this? He was looking at some of the bits and bobs. Anyway, got onto the seller and I literally immediately bought it because I thought, there's no way on planet Earth this registration plate is going to slip the net, because I don't think I'll ever find a better one than this. So anyway, a little bit of a story behind this registration plate. It's currently been sat on the car for the last 14 years, which was in a barn. I'll try and throw a picture of it on the screen now. So as you can see, it's just been sat there for yonks, and obviously you can see the front plate in the window, and obviously this plate was on the back. So anyway, this guy who's in the motor trade who I bought it off, I'll try and make this story quick. He's bought this car as part of a package deal, and he was literally only interested in the plate because he thought he might get a little bit of money for the plate, which he did. But he didn't think it was going to be relevant to obviously myself. So the plate which I've got, I'll tell you now, it literally, this, I can't even believe I've got it. So what I have got is A700N. The guy who's had it on his car has even spelt it exactly how I'm going to do it. I know it's against the law, but it's only a fine. I've never been pulled for putting registration plates like that. As long as you've got you've not got like mad text and stuff, the police are never going to bother you. So anyway, the only reason he bought it was for A7, because he was like, oh, Audi A7, and you know, maybe that might be someone's dinghy. So anyway, I messaged him on eBay, buys it, and then I went down, obviously, then they found out my name. He was just like, I could have charged you 2 times the amount for that plate, and I was like, I know you did, that's why I got you paid up straight away. So yeah, that is my new private registration plate. The only problem I've got with this plate now is, I think it's for like a 1982, 83 car, and I don't currently have a car I can stick it on. So I've currently got 3 private registration plates, and not one of them's on one of my cars. So obviously the Cooper S being 65, the van's 72, and my Mayfair is 89. It could go in Mayfair, but my Mayfair's got the original dealer plates on it, and I think me chavving it up one of these registration plates would just ruin the car. So yeah, I'll find a car for it eventually. I don't know what it'll be. If anyone's got any recommendations for a nice 80s Mini that'd look good on, let me know in the comment section, because I'm stuck. Anyway, so that's the registration plate talk out of the way. I've been busy. I've put all my floor back down as well, and I've also had some pin drains put in underneath the garage door. So that's been like that now for about 3 weeks. I've not had any water ingress. I've had the hose pipe and a jet wash up against the garage door, trying to get it to leak, and it doesn't leak, which is absolutely mint. So yeah, having them drains cost me 340 quid, when the garage door company could have just sorted my garage door out. But I am going to send them the invoice actually. I'm going to be cheeky and see if I can get them to pay it. So just while I'm here as well, on the workbench, someone mentioned in my one of my videos about a cylinder head they saw in the background. Don't worry, that's on a piece of cardboard. Hang on, I'll turn you around so you can see. So yeah, so this is the original head off my Cooper S. So the original head is obviously an AEG 163 big valve head. The reason this hasn't been put back on the car is because you can't convert, or from what I've been told, you can't convert these to an unleaded head. They've got to stay as they are. So the car's had a Mark III Cooper S head put on it. I'm in 2 minds what to do with it, because I really want to put it back on, but I want to save the head as well, because they're prone to cracking. And I actually had a look at these things on eBay, and they're actually eye-watering expensive. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get it built up and have it as a bit of a showpiece, get it all painted up, new plugs in it, get all the valves done and stuff, and a rocker cover on it, and I think that'll look pretty nice. So I'll probably get that sent off to a machine shop to do that, because the bolts for the thermostat housing as well, those are kind of rusted in pretty good, so I'm not going to attempt it in case I balls it up and cost me an absolute fortune when I've got to replace it. So that's the cylinder head, which will be coming up. Also, I've got my bits back from the powder coated as well to do the boot on the Cooper S and get that all sorted out. Just waiting for a few of the bits I need before I can finish that job off. Like I said, I've had all like the brackets and stuff all done. I've got all new screws and stuff. So once that's all ready to go on, I'll be cracking on with that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the bench. So right, I'll spin the camera around and I'll show you what I've been up to, because I've had a bit of a jiggle around as well. Put some more signs on the wall, as well. So yeah, I'll show you them now. Right, okay, you'll have to excuse the mess. I've still got some other bits I need to stick in my other garage. So as you can see, I've put my 2020 London to Brighton sign up with the Minis in the Mountains ones, and also with a registration plate from Alberta my dad gave me years ago, which I think is pretty cool. And also on the wall up there, you can see a couple of my old registration plates. Obviously, the one I just mentioned earlier is one off my van, one off my Cooper S, the damaged one that Classic Plates Online sent me out. As you can see, my van is literally just loaded with so much stuff. I need to put it in my other garage. I'll probably do that this week when it's not raining. Anyway, coming round. So some people may recognise that toolbox used to live over there. What I've done is decided to put all this stuff over here because it gives me more space. I can work on the front of the cars here. It's supposed to kind of be crammed up in that little corner over there. So yeah, I'm super happy with this new rearrangement. Just gives me plenty more space. And obviously I've got all this space over there to shove this one around. Right, in terms of what's left on the van, the clutch video, everybody keeps asking me for it. There's just too much salt on the road at the minute, and I'm not going to take my car out in the salt just to make a video, but honestly I promise it will come. I need to do this clutch video on this before I start messing around with this one anyway, so nobody gets confused. But yeah, clutch video will be coming on that. A few other bits and bobs that need doing on the van. Wiring loom in the inside, just want to tidy up a little bit with some Tesa tape. Obviously once I've loaded all the stuff out of it, wants a right good clean, and just real niggly stuff, which, you know, I might get one video out of it, maybe doing a few bits and bobs here and there. And when obviously COVID's a little bit better, I'm going to send the van off to get fully machine polished and detailed and ceramic coated, so obviously it lasts for years and years to come, because obviously I don't want to be respraying that anytime soon. Well, certainly not for the next 5 years anyway. So yeah, that's the van. Not much left to do on that really. So right, next, moving on to the Cooper S. Obviously I've got the registration plate to fit. What else have I got to do? I think that's it for the boot area. I keep getting asked about the wheels as well. I really like these wheels. I am going to get the original wheels refurbished, but I just don't have the money to waste at them at the minute. I've got other bits going on, which by the time I get new tyres for them, get the wheels refurbished and sprayed and stuff, I'm probably going to spend like another 600 quid on a set of wheels, which I've already paid 600 quid for. So I'm just gonna wait for that a little bit, because I'm not a millionaire. Door card wants putting on. Again, I've left that off because I need to wax oil inside there along with the boot lid as well. So I've got that to do. I'm going to pull the passenger side one out as well and do that, and I'm also going to wax oil inside the cross members, and anywhere where there's a cavity, even the sills, I'm going to get all that finished up as well, to try and make this car last as long as possible. Oh, while we're here, shout out to the missus, give me a Caromix interior protection kit. So I'm going to do the interior on the Cooper S as well, because this is a brand new interior and I want to make it last as long as possible. In terms of inside the car then, what's still getting done? The headlining wants doing. I'm just in talks with Newton Commercials at the minute about getting that sorted out. So obviously that'll be coming up in the very near future. That millboard line I just want sticking on the back of the old boot lid and then mounting on the wall. So some questions that keep cropping up to me as well, is that Paddy Kurt pedal. Obviously I know it's not original, I'm going to take it off, I've just not got around to it yet. The switch panel underneath here as well, that needs taking off. And someone commented about the rev counter. Like, before I mention this, like, if you've got a question to ask, just ask it in a nice way. Don't be a dick in the comments, because someone's like, oh, that's not standard if you're on about original. It's like, let me get round to it. Anyway, I know that's not standard, but I am going to leave it because I want to see exactly what this engine's doing. Because one, I'll be able to see what it's doing on the motorway and when I'm driving it, and two, if I can monitor what's going on with the engine, obviously with engine revs, oil pressures, all that kind of stuff. If anything does start to go wrong with it, I'll be able to see it pretty rapid, rather than waiting until it's too late and then having an engine rebuild, or worst case still, balls in the block up and then my car essentially isn't a matching number car. So yeah, that's gonna stay. A few other bits that I'm gonna, oh, anyone who's got a Mark 1, I found out the best way to shut the door. You literally just do that. When it works when the window's open though. Yeah, so on the outside, like I said, I've got wheels. I'm going to polish up all the chromes and stuff. They need sorting out. Might replace these window catches as well because these are looking a little bit tired. Or I might even try and clean them up with a steam cleaner because they've kind of got like a little bit of a patina age on them. They're not white anymore. They're like a creamy colour, which I quite like that, and the fact they're original bits. So I might clean them up rather than just whack a new one like I normally do. Coming round to the front, obviously you can see from one of the last videos I did the windscreen wipers and the, what's it called, rear view mirror. Most of the change is going to happen under the bonnet, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to put you on the tripod and I can show you what I'm going to do under here. Right, okay, so this is where the bulk of the work's going to be next on this car, because the outside's pretty much finished now. There's only real slight bits to do. So there's bits under this engine bay which I'm not massively happy with, which I feel as though I can improve on. Like the rocker cover, that wants spraying up, and obviously the plate's riveting on properly rather than just kind of stuck on like that. So that wants doing. I want to clean up the carburetors as well, polish a little bit of brass work on it as well, and steam clean all these and try and get these cleaned up as much as possible. Because I think having a set of clean carbs really does set an engine bay off. So that needs doing. In 2 minds to get the insulation for the bulkhead on the back. I think the original ones used to have it. I'd have to have a look in my book. I've seen quite a lot of Cooper S's with the sound insulation there, so I'll probably end up doing that at a later date. So there's that to do. In terms of the wiring loom, I'm really happy with the wiring loom. That's all tidied up and looks presentable. This coil could be a little bit better, so that wants obviously sorting out. Either try and restore that one or buy a new one for that. Brake lines, this is the bit that really bugs me the most underneath the engine bay, so those need putting back in a more factory position. So this one across the top here should kind of loop round over the top of that master cylinder bit there and then come back up and then round, so that needs doing. And I also want to tighten up this vacuum hose here, which gives the brake booster its vacuum obviously off the intake there. That wants doing. The gearbox and clutch housing casing, they should be green from factory, but I was thinking about this the other week, but I really don't want to pull the engine out of it, and I don't want to paint it in situ. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave that for the time being, and then in the future when the engine does come out of it, whether that be next year, the year after, whenever, I can put it back to exactly how it needs to be. But yeah, underneath there's not massive things to do. I need to fit the rubber band as well, which goes around there to obviously aid the, what's it called, the cooling. That fan as well, I think, is on the wrong way around, so that needs sorting out. And it's mainly just a real good detail and just trying to make this look as good as the Vans engine bay, because I'm super happy with the Vans engine bay now. I'm really happy with it. I do have the original carburetors coming back to me as well, which I'll probably just put in a box somewhere because I want to leave them ones on, because from what I've been told, these are super good. And like I say, when I was in the first driving it with Steve, they sound insane. And this car is really it's certainly the fastest Mini I've ever been in anyway, road Mini. But yeah, so that's what's going on underneath the engine bay. Right, okay, so I hope you enjoyed a little bit of a update, if you like. I try not to ramble too much, but I thought I'd get a video up and kind of tell you what's going on. If anyone's got any suggestions for future videos that you want to see me do, or if you've got any questions about the car, just get in the comment section and I'll try and accommodate things as best I can if people have got particular questions about certain things on the cars and stuff. So I'm going to leave this one here today. I'm going to go and get my Mayfair out the garage and get that one sorted out, because I've got some bits I need to do to that as well, which will be coming up in the very near future. But until next time, I'm actually going to be working on the cars, so don't worry, I'm not just going to come in and waffle again on a Sunday. But as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you've got any questions, like I said, get in the comment section. I shall see you not next Sunday, the Sunday after, with another video or some description. So take care, guys, and I'll see you later.